Hello, Nikita here. I just wanted to let you know that we are one stop shop. You may be saying, who are we? Say How You Feel Custom T-shirts, Just You Soap Company, J2415 Photography, Deliciousness on the Move, and Expressive Boutique Plus Size Clothing. If you are ever in need of natural body products, Just You Soap Company, visit us at justyousoapcompany.com. If you're ever in need of custom t-shirts, feel free to reach out by text to 615-779-2890 and we will definitely get you a quote. If you're ever in need of catering services, you can also reach out by text to 615-779-2890 or photography, the same number. Reach out by text to 615-779-2890. You can also inbox us or email us at the email addresses, provided in the description. As always, be blessed, be in peace, and remember to say how you feel.
And I'm Nikita.
And we are a couple of goobers.
Goobers.
That's my wife. So check this out. We got a great one coming for you today. But you gotta wait till after the intro to find out what it is. So stay tuned. Well, we're back. So let's see what's going on today. What we're doing a movie.
Before I tell you what movie we're doing, don't forget to like, share, subscribe,
Comment.
hit the notification bell so you can know when we are having more, or rather, when more movie reviews are posted, uploaded. Well, we got some more stuff. Okay.
There it is.
So, the movie that we are reviewing today is Me Time. It is starring Kevin Hart as Sonny Fisher, Mark Wahlberg as Huck Dimbo, Regina Hall as Maya Fisher. They got two kiddos.
Regina Hall.
As well. It's a very good movie. Totally enjoyed it. And it was one more person I was going to tell you about. And I can't see them right now on IMDb. So we're not worried about it. The guy that came out here. The guy that came out there. I don't see it right now. You know who else is in it? I don't see that guy right now. But do you know who else is in it? Taj Mowry is in it. And he does a really good job. The beekeeper guy.
Oh, yeah.
Taj Mowry.
What's her name? Little brother. Tia Tamara's little brother.
Guy is in it. And he did a really good job. So Me Time is rated R. It's a Netflix movie. It is in English.
Now, I'm sorry, I was about to say, Netflix and Kevin Hart are killing the game.
Yeah, he's making Netflix his.
Yeah, I think him and Netflix got a marriage made in heaven.
It is an hour and 44 minutes. It's in English. It was released on August 26th. We're just watching it, but it's cool. The screenplay was by John Hamburg, and he also directed it. So, the synopsis of the movie is: with his family away, a stay-at-home dad enjoys his first me time in years by reconnecting with an old friend for a wild weekend that may upend his life. So, try not to give any spoiler alerts, but Mark Wahlberg is the friend.
Yeah. I'm going to tell you something, though.
So,
what I did not realize just now is that John Hamburg wrote the screenplay and directed, which for me is like a phenomenal thing anyway. Not because it's not unheard of, but because you have to understand the genre. You have to understand the business. And a lot of times, you have somebody write a screenplay and that's it. They're done. The director takes over the vision. But this is really the era for, I say this a lot, that this is an era for Black women businesses, right? This is truly the era of content is king. Scripts and writers are taking back their power. And I find it phenomenal. I really enjoy the ideal of people writing their scripts and able to shoot the vision that they wrote versus I have to give my script to a director because I'm not gonna make any money. They're not gonna pay me for it if I direct it myself.
That's the beauty of
the
Netflix,
the
Hulu,
and
Paramount, Apple, Amazon Prime, Tubi.
Hey, yeah, I was gonna say
because Tubi has original content,
BT,
and they do, and then BT,
these apps, the
apps are really, they are changing what it means to be a movie watcher, because you can't say movie goer, because a lot of these movies are not going to the theaters. They're just going Disney Plus.
Yeah, Disney.
So they're changing it, and I like it.
Yeah,
and why I like it. This has nothing to do with this review, but you saying that, so you think about this. Why I like it is because of the Oscars.
Yeah.
It's like the Oscars doesn't even have the same, when you say the name, everybody wants an Oscar because it puts you on a certain level, because you can say that you got an Oscar, or you get a Tony, or you get an Emmy, or you get, a Grammy and all that stuff. And I want them to still do it. I want them to still get it. But what I mean is that they had to recognize Netflix.
Yep.
Because people are not, because of the pandemic, things had to change. You couldn't keep playing the same game expecting a different result.
Yeah.
So now, because of the pandemic, people who normally wouldn't, are now getting a chance.
Yeah, like even the Mulan movie came out
on Disney Plus. You had to pay that,
and it was fine. I paid the $20,
and it was good. One of the kiddos didn't like it because it was a whole thing. She's my little militant.
Yeah,
that
poor guy.
But it was really good, and I would actually watch it again. I think we have watched it again.
I think I might watch it again. I might watch it for dinner tonight. I ain't gonna lie to you.
We might. We'll see. We'll see what else we got.
Well, because it's something, we gotta get ready.
Yeah, I know we got. Oh my gosh,
Halloween.
But it is a really good movie. Rotten Tomatoes gave it a 6%. I don't know why. Like I could go read their review. I don't know why they gave it a 6%.
What though?
100. So theirs is on 100% rating. And then it go back because IMDb did a 5 out of 10. And then something called Empire Online, I don't even know who they are, gave them 2 out of 5. It was a good movie.
It was a really good movie. Here's the thing.
A comedy. It was one of those, not a raunchy comedy, but just one of those slapstick, act a fool comedy.
Kevin Hart has
Mama
done
from the Train type. You know what I mean?
Kevin Hart has done quite a few comedies recently.
It was crazy.
And I can't say that I've liked them all, but I really like this one.
I'm gonna tell you what.
Hold on. We're back.
So, if you haven't seen it, the other Kevin Hart movie, I mean, you just gotta say what I think on it. But Man from Toronto is a movie that just came out a month or so ago with Kevin Hart and Woody Harrelson. We haven't done a movie review for it. I don't know if we will, but
it wasn't bad.
It wasn't bad. It was. We watched it. It was cool. I wouldn't. I don't have to watch it again.
No.
But if you compare, they're not. It was an action comedy. I think. I don't know what they put it as, but I'm gonna suppose. I think it was an action comedy or comedy action. So you can't really do apples to apples per se because this was just a comedy. But of the two, this one was better.
Yeah, I think
that's all I'm trying to get out.
Exactly. I think this was a lot better.
Kevin Hart's comedic stance, Me Time was so much better.
Yep, their timing together was better than him.
Because Mark Wahlberg is a fool.
Yeah,
I think that's like what it is. I think it's just that he's so they were fools together.
Yeah, two fools making a great.
It's kind of like when Kevin Hart is in a movie with The Rock.
It kind of goes together.
They had really good chemistry. And it was just good. I enjoyed it. I would watch it again. Regina Hall again. I love her. She did an awesome job in it.
She was mean to my boy. I think.
I do too. I think some of it she was mean to him. So so here's the thing. That was the synopsis. He's a stay-at-home dad, and he is. So he's a stay-at-home dad. Regina Hall is his wife, and she's the breadwinner. Okay,
so it's like Mr. Mom.
It was like Mr. Mom meets the 21st century.
Yeah.
So basically,
pretty much.
I mean,
yeah.
So and they were black.
Yeah.
So he
they both had K in their name though. Michael Kevin Hart.
So he goes. Not he goes. So she goes to work and he takes care of the kids. Not only does he take care of the kids, though, the difference between this one and Mr. Mom is that he's a super dad.
Yeah,
so
he do
he's
too much.
The president of the PTA. He puts all the stuff together and everything like that.
There's like a Friday brunch.
So
just too much.
Right. It's time for
Directing the play.
He's directing the school play. So it's time for spring break, and they're supposed to go visit. And I'm trying not to give no spoiler stuff, but
they're supposed to go somewhere.
They're supposed to go visit family, and she's like, "Hey, I'll take them. You stay here. You don't have any time to." And then the parents at the school were already telling him, "You need
some me time
to yourself because you like do everything." So he says, "Okay, I'll do it." So he tries to do some stuff. It don't necessarily work out the way he thought it would. And Mark Wahlberg, who's his friend, calls him because they do this. They had been doing this birthday thing every year, and then I think for 2 or 3 years they hadn't because he was like, he does too much. So
he got you jumping out of stuff and doing things,
doing stuff that's wild.
Yeah.
So he decides, okay, I'm gonna hook up with you. So he does, and that's when the foolery ensues. But it is a really good movie. And before we move on, I wanted to say that Kevin Hart's production company.
Produced it?
Yeah. So
okay.
It was 5150 Action and Heartbeat Productions.
So, and how much did it cost to make?
I do not see that. I'd have to do some research.
Okay. It's interesting. I wouldn't mind figuring that out. But here's the thing. I think that ultimately it was a really great movie. I think they did an excellent execution. I think the story was wonderful. Like I said, there's some parts in there that I felt like you probably could have left it out. It's a line in there I think they could have left out. He reassured his daughter or something that's like, really? She's like 4 or 5. How would you think the daughter is on the movie?
I think she's in school too, so I guess she's supposed to be
about 5 or 6 then, maybe. No more than 7, no less than 5. And it was a thing of, it wasn't even a conversation she had to have with a 5 to 7-year-old child. You didn't have to bring that up. You could have just bypassed that and moved forward to something different. That goes back to what I said in another video, just sometimes running things down society's throats. Sometimes you just want to watch a movie without things being obviously pushed, or genders being obviously pushed, that it doesn't really matter either way it go. You know what I mean? So that's just my 2 cents on it. So tell me, what do you think what is your ranking for the movie?
Of the 5. Before I tell you that, hold on. So I cannot find a sure number. What? A sure number. Wikipedia has 80 million, and then this other article said 50 million plus. That it took Netflix to make it. I'm gonna lean toward the possibly 50 million plus. I don't know about 80.
Because
that's a lot.
Well, you got Mark Wahlberg in it, and you got Kevin Hart in it.
Yeah. So I'm gonna lean toward the.
So it's a possibility.
Yeah.
Depends on what their ticket price is.
Yes. I'll say 50 million. But it was a very good movie. The acting was
great.
Was good. It was very well. And I have to admit, Mark Wahlberg from Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch, I tell you something.
That boy's grown.
His acting is, to me, superb. I can't think of a movie that I've seen him in and his acting has not been good. I mean, he's been in a movie with Denzel Washington. I mean, come on.
What was funny though is how he talked about his brother's TV show.
Oh yeah, that was funny.
Yeah, but you have to know it's his brother's TV show.
Yeah, but he did an awesome job, and of course Kevin Hart. It was comedy, so that's his thing. You know what I mean? And it wasn't. It's not just comedy; it's physical comedy. And it was just really
slapstick.
Good. It's slapstick. It was really, but it was really good. I would give it a 5. Goobers.
I give it a 5 myself.
I don't know why the world Rotten Tomatoes gave it a 6%. I would have to go look at their review.
I think, but you gotta look at who. I would have to figure out who running Rotten Tomatoes and what movies they watch. What do they consider? Okay, so I just put hands down, transparent. My favorite movie is The Godfather. I can quote it verbatim, line for line, pretty much, but that doesn't take away. I don't stack every movie up against that. So what did Rotten Tomatoes say?
So it says critics' consensus. This is Rotten Tomatoes. They have 6% on the tomato meter and 33% audience scores. I don't know who watched it to say that. But for viewers inexplicably, I can't pronounce it, inexplicably hungry to see stars wasted on a desperately unfunny comedy, Me Time might be the movie of the year. Audience says, even if you're a big fan of Kevin Hart or Mark Wahlberg, Me Time isn't worth your time. I don't agree with that.
I don't agree with that. I think that people.
Oh, you gotta log in. I don't know log in.
I think that people. I don't know what their expectations are. I don't know what their thought process is. I think that people overthink, and it's a movie. Let's not overthink it. Let's not make it more than what it is. Like I tell people that at my job, stop overthinking things. Don't make it so hard. It's really simple. This is the ABC of the situation. So lay it out, accept it, move on. It's a movie, and now if you just don't find it funny, that's fine. I don't know what you find funny, so I can't really say. So what are they saying? What are those critics saying?
They all say the same thing, that it's not funny. This one says a misogynist, crude, unfunny movie that even Wahlberg sending himself up can't, I guess he's saying save or whatever. But at any rate, I think it was a really good movie. The points that it hits on is stay-at-home dads, women being the breadwinner,
Growth,
and both
loyalty,
both people recognizing what their role is, and then seeing that they need to have conversations.
Yeah.
Because the issue between them, that's what it was. They didn't have conversation about what they're doing. Him being the stay-at-home dad, her working,
or how he felt,
and how he felt about her relationship between her and her boss. You'd have to watch the movie to see that. And I will say this though, I don't know if that was never rectified with her, but it was rectified with the boss. You notice that?
In what respect? I think they did.
They didn't though.
As far as what he did to the boss, or
no, just the issue. He told her he had an issue. They talked about it, but she didn't respect it, what he felt about it. But then you find out how the boss really felt, but they never did a full circle back to her to talk about it.
Well, that's true.
Yeah. And I mean, it's a comedy and it's just a movie and all that stuff.
Because he did talk to the boss about it. And when he talked to the boss about it, it didn't go back to her to talk to her to say, hey, this is why I did what I did or how I felt through the process. Was it something that I, did maliciously or I really felt a kind of way? So, yeah.
Yeah. So, but it was good.
5 on my side.
I don't agree with these.
I would watch it again.
Because it was a movie. I mean.
Again, these are some people who have narcissistic.
They're narcissistic themselves.
Yeah. They're overthinking it. Yeah. Don't make it harder than it got to be.
I said this on another review, and I'm not belittling
their opinion,
any streaming service at all, because the amount of money they're putting into this, the amount of money they're putting into the production of these movies is phenomenal. Excuse me, and it's great.
Yeah.
Because they're doing movies with people some of them who would, some of them who wouldn't see the light of day at a movie theater, right? As a premiere or whatever else. So the fact that they're being able to churn out these movies and keep you, because there are some people that are not going to movie theaters anymore. Us for one, I'm not going to do it. Sorry. Well, I can't say that.
It's two movies we gotta go see at the theater.
2 movies we gotta go see at the theater. So,
but that's a personal thing.
Yeah.
But here's
but as a norm, I'm waiting.
Yeah.
Until it comes on somebody's streaming service.
But here's the catch. Here's the thing about it. You have to realize you giving the power back to the actors too, because I no longer have to subdue or submit themselves to Big Five.
Yeah, the actors, like
Paramount and all. But Paramount has its own streaming service.
They have their own streaming service, so I just put my stuff on there.
Yeah, so these big studios are bullies, and now they have come to terms with the fact that, because of the Tyler Perrys and the Oprahs and the Magic Johnsons, I dare say, with Aspire, they have to realize that there are other avenues. If you look at BT, if you look at I want to say BT, the Black app that's on that you can get. Yeah, UMC used to be UMC. It's like maybe 3 or and even Prime. They have like all three of them have a show that's pretty much the same, just different networks are putting it on. So you really I've told somebody else who does entertainment as well. You pretty much have your lick of the pick of the litter as a content creator, but also every streaming service offers something different for different people, which means I might not watch this particular streaming service, but I like this one, so I'm gonna pay for this. It's like having going to a restaurant that's a la carte.
I mean, it's just like cable.
Yeah.
Right? You'll have HBO, HBO Max, HBO West. You'll have Cinemax, Epix, and FX and all that. Stars, whatever. I don't even know if they have Cinemax anymore, but
Cinemax, I think it's still out.
Is it? Well, but you have it's just like that.
Or is
we
it
have.
Max?
Is it? I don't know. Like we have HBO Max. You were saying something that made me think about the distributors, the Big Five. Warner Brothers. So the Eraser movie we watched was actually a Warner Brothers home entertainment direct to movie.
Yeah.
So
that's their direct to film.
Right. They're still doing that, and then they're just going to the streaming services to.
Well, it's going to get to the point that and what I dare to say, at some point, going to get to the point where you don't even have theaters at all. And I hate to say that, but that's just the reality. And if you think I'm not being truthful, how many drive-ins do you have?
But I wouldn't say,
because you got to think about it.
Drive-in was, for whatever research, I think that was like something that killed. I don't know what. I won't say it killed anything, but I think that was like a really bad. We've got that really bad. This is like totally going a different way. But America has that thing so bad that in order for us to grow, we've got to get rid of this thing.
Yeah.
And I do not think.
I love the drive-in.
I do too. I don't think that drive-in movie theaters was the dinosaur that they felt that it was. Let's have options.
Well, here's the thing. If you went back to, I remember going to Centinela Drive-In back home in LA, and it had a theater here, a theater there, and a theater. So you go to you go into the drive-in.
But they had different screens.
Different screens.
Oh, it's cool.
Yeah, so you can go. You don't have to go to.
Because you hear it in your car anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So back then we had the
little thing speaking, but still it's right there at your car.
Now,
so it's disturbing you that the other people
watch it. Cool. So this is how I grew up going to the theater. Matter of fact, I think the last theater I went to back home drive-in, the last movie I saw was Harlem Nights. And I remember because my parents was at the time we stood together and they said, "Don't be saying that they saying in this movie." You know what I'm saying? Not knowing I was going to school cussing like a storm, but that was back then. But so I say that to say, I hate that. I hope that it doesn't get to that point. But at the same token, I hope they bring back movie drive-ins. Doing this little.
To us, 45 minutes away.
Yeah, keep people in your car. You stay in your car. You just stay in your car. Don't breathe on nobody. Don't touch them. You got smallpox.
No,
monkeypox. COVID-19, 20. Look, just stay in your car. So I would prefer to go to a drive-in.
Worry about yourself.
Yeah, I'm saying. That way I ain't got to worry about me. You got to worry about you. And you stay, the only time we're going to ask for interaction is buying the ticket and getting food. And if you're anything like me, you're probably gonna sneak something anyway. So
Don't tell the people that.
I won't tell you I sneak food into the theaters.
Don't tell the people. That's terrible.
So
you taking somebody's job security.
Look, I want fried chicken. They don't sell fried chicken.
You know what? I do not agree with these critics. I don't think that me time is a waste of your time.
I think you should see it.
I think that you should see it. I think you would enjoy it. Again, all of the acting to me was superb. It is a comedy. You have to know it's a comedy. Yes, it's slapstick. Yes, there's some crude things in it because it is
Kevin Hart.
Hell, I mean, go back and watch some older movies, and you're gonna see some stuff that you probably didn't notice because you were younger.
Yeah.
And now when you go back and watch, you're like, oh my god, you know?
Yeah, like what is they? So what's the face? What's the face, baby?
You know, so it is what it is.
If you're really movie buff, you know that line, right, and you know it's from.
So go watch it. Let us know
what you
down
think.
In the comments how many goobers you would give it on a 5 goober scale. We gave it a 5. What do you think? If you do leave a comment, be sure to be kind. Don't be mean. Be nice, okay?
Be nice.
Also, again, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and hit the notification bell so we will know. So you'll know when we have a new video being posted. As always, be blessed and have a goober-tastic day.
Peace.
Don't come back tomorrow. Don't come back tomorrow. Don't come back tomorrow. You are the star in my head. Baby. You are the star in my head. Baby. You are the star in my head.